Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday morning's messages of love from above. Hope everyone had an amazing week. And we're going to get jumping into the readings here. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, the skinny on how everything works is in the description box of the video, along with all the free content and everything that I put out. So be sure to check those out and we will get into the readings here. I'm going to be using a new, well, let me see here. Will these show up? Oh yeah, beautiful. All right. I hadn't seen them on camera yet. I didn't want to be like blinding you. So we will use these. It's the gold foil tarot. So I'm excited to use these today. And we will get into the readings. Aren't they, Patty? They're just very vibrant, and so I like them. And they're made out of like oh, I forget what they said. They're like it's like it's not paper. It's like very thin plastic, so they'll last forever, and they're waterproof too. So if I ever like do a reading while at a pool or at the beach or out in the rain, that's probably more likely. We'll take a look here. So we will get started. All right, everybody. So Mia, you had a donation, so you're going to be up first, and thank you so much for that donation. I'm doing very well. Hope you're enjoying this full moon that's coming up tomorrow. We have a full moon lunar eclipse in Taurus tomorrow. So full moon energy by itself is right. And of course, with it being a lunar eclipse, even more impactful. So if you want to know more about those, check out my Moon Day Monday videos. The link is in the description box of the video. And you can see what you can do to help with manage this beautiful energy. Dreaming like crazy, crazy dreams, which is normal anyway, but extra crazy for full moon energy. All right. So Mia, you wanted to know, will this job offer in Frankfurt be the best for you, or will you get something else to choose before accepting it and taking it, should you take it? All right, let's take a look here and see, what does Spirit want you to know about this job in Frankfurt? All right. You're the first one besides myself that I'm using these cards for a reading, Mia. So golden. All right, let's see what we got here. All right. So you got 2, 2, and 2. Yeah. So you've got these two. Maybe they are going to be fun to try to. I'll just kind of move them around. How's that? So you got the the Four of Pentacles and the Temperance card here. And so there's some great energy coming in here. It is about patience, and there's something that feels more secure. So it almost feels here, and let me show you these other ones, because you've got this, the dreams come true card here. Whoops. And the Three of Swords, which is all about expectations equal disappointment. And the Star card does represent connecting with your higher self and understanding more about what your dreams come true would be. So this Temperance and the Star, excuse me, it feels like there's this something more in alignment with making your dreams come true comes into here, because you also have the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is movement of heart, and the King of Swords is, they have this energy of they roll over the air, their own sign, but all the kings get a second portion of air, which represents masters of communication, but also clearing out the mind, seeing things from a higher perspective, and cutting out the mind stuff. So I feel like there's this energy here that there is something more in alignment. That Temperance card, Star card, all of that just kind of melds together into this beautiful picture of it's coming, it's a coming, it's a coming. This something getting out of your mind and into your heart more will allow you. This Knight of Cups is the pursuit of your passion, pursuit of what would make your heart feel full and overflowing. And with those last two, it is of course, the star cards Aquarius air too, which has this energy. There's a lot of balancing energy here. There's a lot of with the temperance and the star card too, just balancing out of things and maybe not making a leap into something that is great for the mind, like it checks off the things in the mind, but the heart is like, what about me? Right. So I feel like there is something more in alignment, not to take something just for the sake of taking something. Um, but what will make your heart sing? What would make your heart feel full and overflowing? So I feel like that's what's coming in here for you, Mia Mia. So sorry. So yeah, I kind of feel that here. Yeah. And again, you have the other dreams come true, the Nine of Cups. So you have the Star card and the Nine of Cups that came out for you, which are the two wish fulfillment cards. And so, what would make you feel like, wow, this is the dream job? This is the dream career, not job, but career. How I am expressing myself to the world in my own unique way. What's that? And let that be the focus. Because I feel like there's a lot of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts about this Frankfurt job. And then there's this clarity that comes in here as well. Yeah. As you've got the you also got the six of wands and the Four of Cups. This is about victory, flow of energy. And the Four of Cups is about, they're bored with the old ways of doing things. Here's that Ace of Cups that Knight of Cups is in pursuit of, which is this feeling and fulfillment of feeling more full and whole and complete. So that's what I feel is coming in for you there, Mia Mia. So I know it's worth it though, right? Because it's the difference between existing and living. If you go to a job that you're like, well, I can exist with it, but are you living? It's time to live. Time to live. All right. And that's what they have for you, my dear. So thank you again for your donation. Many blessings to you. All right. I think that's it for the donation. So we are going to jump up to the beginning and Dijona. Hey, hey. So shout out to Dijona, one of my YouTube members. If you're interested in a membership, all that information or links to it are in the description box down below. I do offer YouTube memberships, which offer some great things. So thank you, Dijona, for helping support the channel. It's part of what helps me do what I'm doing right now, which is offering free readings. So thank you so much for your support. And you'd like a general reading. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Cards are flying out. So let's see what we got here. All right. So you've got the Seven of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles that are coming in here. And what a beautiful combination, because Seven of Pentacles is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And there's also this energy of once the fruit started to grow, it's like, well, that's not really what I want anymore. And the Nine of Pentacles is about turning inward with Spirit, which is what this little falcon on her hand is. This is you with the Nine of the Hermit's journey, turning inward and understanding more what it is that you're wanting. And the Seven of Pentacles for me is telling for you in your just where you're at in your life right now, you're realizing, like, as fruition happens, as things come across your path that you thought, you know, and it's like all of us, we're all taught what we're supposed to want in life. That as you've been getting some of these things, you're just like, is that really what I want? It's like it's not bringing me this fulfillment. It's not bringing me this wholeness that is coming in, and so it's like, yeah, um, chunking things, right? letting things fall away, releasing that dream or that desire or that drive to something, and you're altering course into as you are discovering more and more inward of defining yourself too by up above, inward and upward, defining your worth by that, the outside world changes on its importance to you. And something that was like, well, I was told this was supposed to make me feel good about who I am. And you're like, eh, I could take it or leave it. And so you're not investing as much energy in those things. So I like this. It feels very purging in a way, getting decluttering things out of your life. It's like your focus is really just becoming fine tuned in relationship to the outside world with all these pentacles. So I like it. I feel like it's almost an explanation. Like you're wondering, like, why am I feeling this way, spirit? And spirit's like letting you know why this is happening because of your inner journey. Your things are becoming less fulfilling in the outside world, and so you're cleaning house in a way. So that's what I feel is coming in for you, Dijona. So many blessings to you. That's what they have for you right now. All right. Hey, Dijona. All right. And then Felicia, hello, hello. You are up next. So when you keep balance on your emotions, will new opportunities open up for you? All right, let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, well, there's the high priestess. Yeah, yeah. Wow. So we'll look at these here. So you do have the high priestess who turns inward and upward, and of course, the pillars, the balancing. Goes inward and connects upward, goes behind the scenes, dives down, and the two is a very balancing number, and she definitely represents connection to emotions, right? So she definitely has this energy of turning inward with all of this. You also have the chariot, power of choice. So all this balancing here as you are stepping into, like choosing your emotions, realizing you're the one that's choosing your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, what energy you're putting out. It definitely changes here. You've got the Four of Pentacles, which is the balancing in the solidity of the outside world that comes in here. And, it basically says here when we balance our emotions, we start drawing into our lives different things, right? Because whatever, depending on where I'm focusing my energy, my emotional choices, that chariot says every moment is a choice of lower vibrational or higher vibrational love energy. When I'm focused on lower vibrational love energy, I draw in lower vibrational things. When I'm focusing on higher vibrational, I draw in higher vibrational things. So if I focus on lack, what I'm missing, what I hate in my life, what I fear will come in and out, I'm drawing all that stuff, more and more of those things in. It's like self-fulfilling prophecy, right? But if I focus on gratitude for what I do have, unconditional of joy, praise, laughter, I draw in more things that create more of those things because my energy is telling the universe what I want. They don't, um, listen to what we're saying, they listen to what we're putting out and with our energy. So as you balance your emotions, which balancing your emotions means less time in lower vibrational emotion and more time in higher vibrational emotion where it's could be equal, then we're going to draw in equal things. At least we're not drawing in 100% lower vibrational, right? We can have 100% higher vibrational. We've had that before. It's boring. That's why we come down here to experience these, things. So definitely, new opportunities will open up. You'll draw in new opportunities always, but are they going to be opportunities of higher vibration or lower vibration? That's all in your hands, which is where we want it, not someone else's, right? All right. And thank you also. I see you noted in here. to everyone about liking the video and sharing the video. I always appreciate the reminder. So thank you guys so much for all of you that give the video a thumbs up. Does help spread the Zen love, and you're part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you guys for doing that. It's something you could do for free. That definitely helps out the channel. And as always, thank you, Felicia, for mentioning that. All right. Excuse me. So, Die Baby 777, you are up next. You want to know whatever comes out. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, looky here. So, you got this great, the Justice card, has the scales here, which I can see. Zoom in a little more here. There. So, whoops. So, you can see him holding the scales there. And the Four of Swords is also about balancing. It's like stable mind, balanced mind. And with the Ace of Swords here too, all of this is about thought and belief and mindset. And they're sleeping on the Ace of Swords right here. That's here. So it's perfect combo here. And the message that comes in with all of this is that you are balancing out your thoughts and beliefs and your mindsets, that the things that are flowing into your life are showing you what triggers and fears are bubbling to the surface to make you aware of them. Because when we start off that those scales are way out of balance, we are inundated with a lot of supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's of the outside world in all sorts of stuff of our life, whether it's romance, job, education, our bodies, finances, our possessions, whatever it is. We got a lot of rules around everything that we're given, and it's conditional love laws is what I call them. It's all this stuff that has to happen in order for us to be lovable, and that's all given to us as a popular opinion, which we take on everyone that's telling us stuff as children. We don't know any better. So that's why the scales, kung, 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 it's way out of balance. By the time we start becoming aware, that's when we start becoming aware of the capital T truths of the higher realm, those that are rooted in unconditional love. And we start to pile some on there as we become aware, start questioning things, start wondering why these things, is this really true? All the stuff that we were told, we get these challenges in our life that allow us to have that. Well, it's a double-edged sword, that Ace of Swords. So in addition to connecting us up here, it also allows us to cut away and remove things off of that scale. So it's a faster balancing of mindset. So this is like this, I don't know if it's, well, I know what the energy that they're giving me is that this is like a kudos, a high five, a fist bump for the fears that you've been facing and been letting go of. You've been doing this for years, it feels like. And then so it's like a recognition, that's the word I was looking for. The recognition for the work that you have done in releasing these triggers and these fears, and an encouragement as well to continue to do it, because there's a wonderful balance that's happening here. So I like it. It's a kudos. It's a encouragement, and I like it. And so realize that any triggers that are popping up, things that are being brought in the outside world, are for us to make us aware of it. It's like, what's the next thing that I want to look at? Oh, well, here's, five relationships or interactions with other people that are showing me that. It's like, okay, there it is. Let me question it. Where does that belief come from? And you're letting go of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that have made you feel limited, blinded and trapped and restricted and bound, where you couldn't go forward. So this limitedness is being replaced with limitlessness, powerless, being changed to powerful. So I like all this for you. So, again, like this message of why things are happening in your life, why things are unfolding and moving forward in those directions. But kudos and encouragement too. So I like that for you, Die Baby. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Boom. I like that too. All right. So that is many blessings to you. And And then Marie Jones, you are up next. Hello, hello. A career reading for November. Can you believe it's almost November already? Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Things are just flying by. Let's take a look here. So, what would they like you to know? All right. Well, you do have here November brings in this important relationship here. There's this important partnership. And, you've got the King of Pentacles and you also have the Ten of Swords. And all of this together shows that there's this change that's happening here with the Two of Cups. The King of Pentacles represents like what you feel you're supposed to get from career. There's I feel like this is like the carrot that's always been out there. But this 10 of swords here, if I get it, there it goes. They're not dead. They're exhausted trying to live up to all these expectations. And the 10 is a great awareness of letting things go, um, almost being sick and tired of feeling sick and tired of trying and getting, you don't feel like you're getting anywhere close to this King of Pentacles. It's like the carrot that's been dangling out there for so long is dried up and moldy, and it's even got flies hanging around it. And you're just like, I feel like it's been losing its interest. It's not too appetizing anymore as you look at it and go, I don't know. This leaf, there's a one single leaf because we have some nice breezy, windy day today, bringing in snow possibly tomorrow. I'm excited, but there's like this one leaf that was just flying. It's like, yeah, where do you want to go? Where do you want to adventure? And I feel like this Two of Cups is this relationship with your higher self. This is getting in tune to find out what is it that you are truly wanting? And I feel like November is this month of realizing what what um what will make your heart sing, what will make your heart feel full, because there's this I'll be happy when, and when never comes, and it makes the journey bleh. you know, it just really makes us feel so tired, makes us feel so disappointed, discouraged is the word. And here comes that leaf again. It's like, where am I being blown? Where will the leaf land? And it's like, I get to decide though. And I like this energy because when we are living our dream, when we're living something that fulfills us, in this moment I'm happy, in the next moment I'm happy, the next moment I'm happy because I'm taking steps towards my dream and I'm living my dream. My destination is okay to be joyful about, but it's every step along the way where joy can happen. And if you don't have that with your current career and the current destination, that King of Pentacles is like this far off thing. And I know, like, when I had an opportunity to go, what is my dream? What do I want to live? I had all these supposed to's in my brain, all those tens of swords, thinking, oh, you're supposed to do this and supposed to do that. If you're spiritual, you're supposed to do all this stuff, right? And spirit took me into this place in my mind's eye of feeling like I had it all. Everything. They're like, "Are you happy?" And I'm like, "I'm no, because or in content." And I'm like, "No," because I'm looking, what's the next thing? What's the next thing? What's the next thing? And it was like, do you get it? Do you get it, bruddaZEN? And it's like, if you're not happy now in this moment, you won't be happy then either. So it's about being content in your dream of who you are now, and the drive changes. It becomes a daily enjoyment instead of rush, 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 uh, exhausting ourselves to get to somewhere. So I feel like November is a month where you are really understanding and adjusting what your dream is, and you're becoming able to be feeling fulfilled in the moment, and not that your fulfillment lies in the future. So I like this awareness that comes in with all of that. So that's what they have for you, Marie. So many blessings to you. And then Rishi Lahori, you'll be up next for the next free reading, but I do have a donation. So I shall return. Olivia, hello, hello. Good afternoon to you. I am well. I hope you are well. Thank you so much for your donation. And let me give these a little love here. Oops, since I can. There we go. Boom. All right. And your question is below. All right. So you'd like to have a reading on D and you. You're not dating. He's someone you've always liked. Ooh, all right. Let's take a look here. Eight ball. You're so funny. You're welcome, Marie. All right. Let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know about between you and D. All right. Let's see what we got here. 2221. So let's see what we have here. All right. I know I get to see all the cards first. All right. Well, I like this for you. So you've got the we got the 2 of cups coming in here, which is about important relationship, right? And you got the ace of pentacles here coming in too, which is this beautiful energy of new opportunities. So there's a new opportunity to grow your relationship into deeper ways. And we've got this king of pentacle not king of pentacles, king of cups, and the strength card here. So king of cups is balancing the heart and the mind, but the strength card is about your human expanding its relationship with the higher self. And with this balancing, all this energy that's coming in here, this tells me, Olivia, that um, we cannot love others more than to the extent we love ourselves, nor receive love from others more than to the extent we love ourselves. So, as we expand our self love, as we connect to our higher selves, which the Two of Cups can also represent, that relationship both with ourselves, that gets reflected to the outside world. Everyone is a mirror for us, and they're going to reflect back to us the love we have for ourselves. So the more we expand our self-love, the more we can give and receive love to the humans too. Because if I love myself that much, no matter how much love I want to give out, it's going to drip out. No matter how much love someone wants to give me, it's only going to trickle in. So there's this energy here of balancing the heart and the mind, but inward and upward connection with your higher self is encouraged if you want to expand your relationship with D. I do see that there is, with this Six of Pentacles and the Six of Wands, two sixes together is a very flowing energy. It is very much this, yeah, this is kind of destined. This, what becomes of your relationship is up to both of your energies, but there is this equal giving and receiving, this equal attraction with sixes being three on each side, right? So I do like this energy that's here for you. And you have the star card is the one card in the end here, which is the dreams come true, the wish fulfillment. But it's also this balancing energy, both individuals pouring their emotions, one upon the water, one upon the land. So there is this energy here that comes in. Focus on your self-love, that allows it to flow out and it allows it to change and be reflected back to you. Because if we have lower vibrational love energy, we're gonna have lower vibrational love experiences, but as we raise our self-love, we draw in higher vibrational love experiences. So, a lot of balancing here. I feel like, you know, you won't even have to focus on your relationship with them changing. It's about, you finding all of this within yourself, and then you fill up and overflow out to the world here. And you do have this, that's what the King of Cups offers, is the chalice, the Holy Grail, which is the self-love as well. So very much here. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get it to where we can see these beautiful cards. They're very reflective, of course. Look at that. I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. So I like this for you. Hopefully this is something that helps. It's like have a crush on yourself, like yourself, and then that like attracts like, literally. I like myself, then I attract people who like me, and it expands, those relationships as well. So I like that for you, Olivia. And that is what they have for you right now. So again, even on the bottom, there's this Page of Pentacles, which is enhanced experiences because you have the Ace of Pentacles. So there is this opportunity, but um, things go slow until we raise our own love vibration, because when we're looking for a relationship, somebody feel like they're like drawing out and taking forever. It's because our soul doesn't want us to continue to do what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. They're like, we want you to have an enhanced new experiences of something that your heart deserves more as well. So I like that. You're very welcome. So that's what they have, Olivia. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Many blessings to you. All right. Mia Mia. You are very welcome. Lovely golden deck. Yes. Absolutely. And thank you for your additional donation here. Oh, okay. So you're phrasing your question. Absolutely. So let me take a sip here and then we'll. So I'll keep checking here. As soon as you post it, we will prioritize you there. So Rishi, hello, hello. Hey, dude. A general reading. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So we've got this wonderful Tower card coming in here. Beautiful, beautiful cards. And Queen of Pentacles. So there is this Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. And I love the Tower card in the combination of these two together, because this represents that things being moved and adjusted in your life. This is about building trust with Creator and with Spirit, that whatever is moved out of your life is moved out of your life on purpose, for a purpose. Both looking at your past and as you reflect on things, it's about understanding your worth in relationship to all this, that this didn't happen by accident. It wasn't a punishment, but it was for you. And when we can step into this and nurture ourselves and really bring all the focus back to birthing ourselves here, that there is this harvest, there is this change of worth that happens in the outside world with all of this. So very much this, take time for you to focus on you and not the outside world, because this is the outside world with all the stuff being adjusted. So looking at it more, making it all about you, because this is how the world is. Our worlds are all about us. We don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so if I feel like I'm a victim on the inside, I will see the Tower moments as, oh, it's happening to me, which we all experience. We all came here to experience. But as we're changing on the inside, we start looking at all these things were happening for me to make me aware, to rattle my cage, to not allow me to stay stuck in a belief system. When everything falls apart with it, then I'm able to go, oh, it frees me from the cage of being constricted and restricted. The Queen of Pentacles is a birther. Usually her and like the Empress are birthing, they're bringing new things into life, and that's what happens, right? There's some difficulties, there's morning sickness, there's feeling bloated, there's the change of these energies within a female when there are, going through hormonal changes with that baby and all the chemicals and chemistries that are going on. And it happens in men too. It's interesting that they've shown that when someone is partnered and then their partner gets pregnant, that the male actually changes their not philosophical physiology or whatever, where they have this change where they need to protect and it lasts for a couple of years until the child is like, I think it's like 2 or 3 years old, and then they have this. It's like almost chemical where it draws things together, and then it changes. So we've got all this birthing, all this changing that happens within us when we're trying to birth things, and I feel like that's what they're wanting you to know is trust the birthing process. Trust that, we've had all these alterations of all the stuff, but as we change on the inside, your outside world is changing too. And they just want you to know that as you start to see all of the stuff in the world that it was for you wasn't happening to you, it changes how you think of a lot of things of the past in the moment and also in the future. So it's an important awareness that you see the world as you are, not as it is. And as you change, your world changes. So I like that. So very, very many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. All right. All right, Mia Mia. I thought you had posted something, but you are very welcome. So take your time, no pressure. I still have about an hour and a half, so you got plenty of time. All right, Kritika Malhotra, you'd like a general reading. Let's see, what does Spirit want you to know here? All right. Wow. So you got the Two of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. And this is a great opportunity. It's telling me here, Kritika, that you have a choice to be made in the outside world. There's like going to be like a fork in the road of, am I going to go this way? Am I going to go this way? And Spirit is saying when you're making your choice here in the outside world with this Three of Pentacles, it is about being true to your authentic self. It's about you stepping forward and creating with this three, allowing your creativity, allowing your dream to be the focal point, not trying to live up to what everyone else wants you to be, supposed to be, should be, need to be, blah, blah, blah. But it's about this choice. And, it's like, well, what will everyone think? It's like, throw that out the door is what Spirit is saying. Because when you try to please everyone else, it's like being at a giant dinner table with a menu and everyone's telling you what you should order to eat, but you're going to have to eat it, you know? And you're like, well, I appreciate that you guys are telling me that these are your favorite things and I should order and eat what you guys want, but I want to order what I want to order because I get to eat it. Now, if it's an appetizer, everyone's going to share. That's where we collaborate and go, all right, everybody, let's see what will sounds good to everybody. Maybe we'll order a sampler that has a little bit of everything, right? Instead of one big of something. That's different. But when it's like, this is my life and what I'm going to eat, it's choose for you, not choose for everybody else. And keep your eyes on your own menu. You don't have to tell everyone else what they should be ordering off of their menu. It brings a lot of energy back to focusing on your own menu so that you can order what you're wanting here. So I love this opportunity coming up, and Spirit's encouraging you choose for you instead of for everyone else in it. And that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. All right, and then Grace 1111, you'll be up next here for the next free reading. All right, but I'll be right back. Mia Mia, thank you for your donation. Give you this a little love there. Boom. All right. So let's take a look here. So will this better job option for you be in the hospitality field or something different that you haven't thought about yet? Is your research good? All right, let's take a look here and see. Is it going to be in the area of hospitality? you know, um, Yeah, I like this here. Boom, boom, boom. Wow, all these cards are just these are so perfect for you because the 2 of Cups, I think you got the 2 of Cups a moment ago. This is about connecting with your higher self. And you also have got this, you got the Temperance card, which is patience, trusting. It will be revealed to you. And you also have, in addition to connecting with your higher self with this 2 of Cups, you've got the Fool card, which is a brand new adventure. So I feel like it's something different that you haven't thought about because this is a whole new adventure free of all the normal stuff. And you've got the 3 of Cups here too, which the 3 of Cups represents connection to your spiritual posse up above. And the Fool card is also represents like your soul card. And you've got the Ace of Cups here, which is you filling up and overflowing out to the world. So I don't feel like hospitality really makes your heart feel full. And what all of this is coming in here kind of culminates with this Emperor, the Aries, new birth, new energy. So again, I feel like this is something that you haven't thought about yet. But the Emperor, they sit on their throne surrounded by a lot of people that have um their opinions, their thoughts, their beliefs, all the advisors telling them who they should be, what kind of emperor they should be, what they should do for the empire, and um, a lot of opinion. And they're reminding me of a couple of times in my life where I used to do what everyone else wanted me to do, and I didn't have my own identity. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, "Oh, I gotta do all this stuff and be all this stuff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera," right? And so when we're talking about career, and I feel like this is what Spirit is saying is, like, all of this, an artist is who you are and how you express your love to the world, and what truly is your career. So, what you're if you're asking about what job should I get to support my dream, that's a different question, right? And Spirit is going, it don't matter, whatever, because that's not your focus, right? It's like, well, I've got to do all this stuff. It's like, let, do the energy switch of my career is I'm an artist and my career is being an artist and sharing my art with the world. Now, the normal job is, you know, just what supports my dream. So it doesn't matter what it is. And I feel like that's what they are wanting to really bring home for you is it don't matter, allow whatever fits in with your art, let that be, let that be your focus is okay, what will allow me the flexibility and the support of what I need? And it's like this adjustment. What are my true needs, not my wants? What are my needs that just need to be done in order for me to focus on my art, focus on sharing my art, focusing on expressing my this to the world, right? It's it's like what do I truly need? And I feel like there's this adjustment of instead of it being, well, this is my career and then I get to do my art on the side, it's like, no, art is my life and the jobs are just to help support this. And so it's like this adjustment of what all of this is. And that's why I feel like with all this opening, with all of this, trusting, connecting with spirit, connecting with your higher self, going, trusting. And that makes sense here too, with the 5 of Pentacles on the bottom, which is the feelings of lack and this transformation of depending on humans for our support and realizing that with the stained glass window here, it is spirit that brings us what we need in each moment. And so the fears we have around lack are what we can transform and to really look at stuff and go, you know what? All right, spirit, show me the jobs where I can get the income coming in so that I can live my dream, and um, looking at it in a different way. Because it's like where I am at right now, I talk about it here and there because I would never have thought that this is where I would be and be able to live my dream in sharing the messages of spirit with the world. But I left corporate life, and I kind of went in stages. I went and lived with a friend of mine, who she bought a house, and it just came at the perfect moment when I was like, I can't do this anymore. I need to live my dream. And she goes, "Hey, I just bought a house. Come be my roommate for a while, and just you can just pay me this much, a month." And it was like, wow, and it was perfect. And then this one opened up where another great friend of mine, she bought a house, and she had a whole basement. She actually lived in the basement and was renting it from the owner, and the owner had a medical situation where they needed to sell the house. And so she bought it, moved upstairs, and the basement, she goes, "Come live with me. Come live in the basement for free. That's my donation to the world." And I'm like, "What?" You're like, you just don't limit the possibilities, and just the more you can connect with your higher self and spirit, and ask of your own free will, guide me, show me what is for my highest. They will bring things in there, right? Yeah, you're just like, okay. But when we make our dream our priority, instead of making it a side thing, then our energy helps transform our world too. If I'm focusing on, well, I have to have this high paying job and do all the stuff. And if I have energy and life left over, I'll I'll spend it on my dream instead of switching it, going, my dream is my priority because I want to live, not exist. And the job is the side note. It's something that I don't have to invest a whole lot of energy and mind and whatever in, and I get to live my dream. And so I feel like this is what they're having, to become aware is I don't have to fit into what society has told me about everything. I get to really look at what is it that I want to do and how I want to do it. And if you're unsure, ask spirit to show you and guide you of your own free will, because they won't meddle with your free will and your power of choice. But if you ask of your own free will for them to give you signs and synchronicities, make it very obvious for me which is for my highest experience. Um, and I just feel like there's a lot of pressure you're putting on choosing the right job, but the job is just money. It's just an avenue for to have things, you know, funds come in to support your dream. So I love this. They're wise. I had I only credit I take is I learned to shut up and listen to them. But they're the wise ones because it's like learning to search the internet. You're so smart. I go, I learned how to Google. So, but I love this for you, Mia, because I feel like this is a big transformation. Just that energy of this is my career. That's just a job to help support my career. So I like that. So boom, boom, boom. And again, thank you so much for your donation, Mimi. I'm excited for what's unfolding here for you. All right. Much love, my dear. All right. So we're switching back to the free readings. Here we've got Grace 1111. You want to know who is coming towards you? Let's see here. What does Spirit want you to know about who is coming towards you? All right. So you got 2 and 2. All right. Yeah, there is this. It's going to be someone that is so different because you've got the Temperance, which the Seven of Cups and the Temperance are showing here. There's been a lot of different choices, with the Seven of Cups. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it to where it's not so. Maybe there we go. I'll just kind of keep moving it because there is this balancing going back and forth here. The Temperance, and I feel like it feels like it's been going on a while. A lot of emotional confusion about, well, do I want that person or this type of person or whatever? You've been really trying to figure things out, and this Temperance has been happening The slowness has been happening on purpose for a purpose, but that's about to change. You've got the World card and the Ace of Cups. This is the last card in the major arcana, which is ending of old cycles, beginning of new adventures, and the Ace of Cups is new love. That's coming in here. And I feel like what's been going on here, Grace, with this combination of all these 4 cards is the battle of the mind between what you've been told you're supposed to want, should want. This is your type. This is the long list of what this person is supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, what a relationship is supposed to be. But with this temperance, I feel like things have been evolving over time where you've been going, I don't want that. I don't want that. That doesn't make me happy. You know, it's like someone telling you and ordering food for you, and you're realizing, there's more on the menu. And then you're just like, when you realize there's this huge second page of the menu, that's where this emotional confusion came in, is because, wow, there's so much more available out there than what I've been taught in the past, right? There's all these options that are there. And I was told that the only thing I could eat was, the snake up here. But you're like, wow, there's all this other stuff and appetizers too, and extra sides. Who knew? And I like this because I feel like you're going outside the box of what you've been told you're supposed to, should, need to, have to be attracted to. And that's who's coming towards you. It's because your energy has been changing and you're drawing in someone different, someone more in alignment with your high heart instead of your fear-based heart that you were told, well, if you're lovable, this is the type of person you get. And you're like, tired of that. So this is what's coming in for you. I like this for you. It's someone completely different than you've ever been attracted to and had love expressed from and toward. So I like it. It's an adventure for sure. But that's what they want you to know right now, Grace. So many blessings to you. And let me just grab this here. There we go. Okay. You are very welcome, Mia Mia. I know, right? Ooh, very deep. All right, let me take a sip here. And then Angel Blessings, you're up next. And let's see here. You'd like a love reading. So let's see. What does Spirit want you to know about love, love, love? All right. So you do have new opportunity here approaching you with the Page of Pentacles. But it's the speed at which they come in here has to do with this 5 of Pentacles, because the 5 of Pentacles are these beliefs around lack, these beliefs around worthiness, being it's the card of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold. Usually they're walking on snow and it's snowing out, and so there are these feelings here of understanding your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way. What happens, so sorry. It's choking me up. The 6 of Pentacles that comes up after this is this wonderful flow and realization of your worth in relationship to the outside world. It's kind of my codependency awareness card, the 6 of Pentacles that follows that. And actually have a short video on that deals with it in my Take 10 with Zen video series. It's episode 5, I believe, 4 or 5, that talks about this out of balance giving and receiving rate of exchange that we've developed when we were very young, which has to do with, if there was someone important in our life that we felt we had to give so much to deserve so little back. And it runs on autopilot below the surface until we go look at that. And love can't come in, abundance can't come in. There's a lot of stuff that our inner child is taught. Well, you have to give 1,000 love coins before you get one back, or 1,000 abundance coins before you deserve 1 coin of abundance, or whatever it is that we're consciously wanting to bring into our life. We feel like there's this force field keeping it away from us. Well, that has to do with that subconscious belief that's running below the surface on autopilot. We don't even realize it's still running, but it's been going there. It's like if you ever open up like something on your computer that's playing music and you minimize it and you're like, where is that music coming from? Because you forgot you minimized it and it's been going on there. And out of nowhere, this music starts and you're like, what happened? Because it got quiet for a while. And here comes this loud music, and you're just able to dive deep into there and readjust this rate of exchange that brings it down to 1 to 1. So if you check out that video, that will really help with bringing down these force fields, allowing this love in, allowing abundance and other things too. It's a win, 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 win. So if that resonates, check that out, because I know when we have this out of balance giving where we have to give so much and before we deserve having so little, we get into codependent relationships where we're the enabler. We're giving, giving, giving. We won't allow them to give to us because even if it's subconsciously, we don't allow them to give to us, they'll end up giving elsewhere. Either they'll become a workaholic or working out or a hobby or spending time with their friends or affairs. It's like, oh, yeah, that pretty much describes all my past relationships. It's like, oh, ding, 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 right? And there's this release that happens. So I like it for you. And that's what they have for you, angel blessings. So many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Goldie. So, Goldie, you would like the November month for you. What does Spirit want you to know about November, November, November? Okay. So, 2 and 2. So, these cards together represent, okay. And these represent. All right. Well, yeah, you do have some thinking going on here in November. You've got the King of Cups, which is balancing of the heart and the mind. And the 10 of Swords, is not a bad card. I know it looks very painful, like your voodoo doll with everything being poked in your ear. But the 10 is a good, it's endings and beginnings. It's the release of all these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. And I feel like this really has to do with it can be to do with love, but I mean, it impacts every area of your life because this really has to do with self love at the core of it, of how you feel about yourself and all these rules, these supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts about all this stuff that has to happen in order for you to be lovable. And it has this mental conflict, which makes sense with the 10 of Swords here and with the King of Cups, which is the balancing and the battle between the heart and the mind. The Five of Swords can be, two swords about what your fear-based mind is feeling and thinking about your life, and then the other two are your heart, about your heart wants something and your mind wants something different. And that's why there's this struggle, this conflict, because your high heart, represented by the Judgment card, here's your higher self calling your human self to this higher place. Double endings, double new beginnings. Again, with this, you've got all these X's in here, which represent a new way of looking at things. We are inundated in our life with all of the supposed to be's of life, right? All these conditions of our love and our acceptance, everything that's brought up. And at some point in our life, we do have that feeling of that 10 of Swords where they're laying face down, face planted on the ground with all those swords stuck in our back, which represents this exhaustion. I'm just sick and tired of trying to please everyone in the world, and I just feel like I'm failing over and over and over again, which is great. We're glad that that happens because that allows us to let go and to get out of this cage that we've created in ourselves in our life about things. In November is this kind of celebration, this freedom. It's like the eagle of freedom is what I'm seeing. It's a symbol of this release from all these cages, being able to fly far above everything and not feel consumed by it. And it's this freedom that's coming here in the month of November. Just letting go of these not say it's well, it's people pleasing at its core, which is what we all have. We're tribal pack animals, our human side is. It doesn't want to be ostracized by the tribe when it's young or the pack because it feels like it will die, which we as children will. If we're left to ourselves, we're going to get eaten, right? Or starve to death or do something and fall off something and die because we're children and we're learning and we need that protection. But then we're adults and we're like, I don't need as much protection as I thought I did. It's like if you ever have the baby gates on stairs, when there's babies, those are great. They keep things safe. But when there's no longer any babies, opening it and closing it, going down the stairs, opening and closing it, you know, it becomes obstacles and becomes unnecessary things. And this is what you're becoming aware of in November of the unnecessary rules, conditional love laws, things that you feel you're supposed to do because you fear rejection. But then you question their rejection and go, if someone rejects me for not doing all these things, thank you for rejecting me because then I'll find people who are I'll find my new tribe that doesn't have expectations on me, at least not to the extent that the others do. And it's like the freedom that comes in there. So I like that for you, Goldie. That's what's coming up in November. Freedom. All right. So many blessings to you and smooth life. You'll be my next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation. So thank you so much, Asuna-san, for your donation. I appreciate that. And here, I'll give that some love there. And you want to know, will you, and is that Duo, be dating? All right. Thank you, Lynn. So let's take a look here and find out here. Okay. Well, the first card that came flying out is the Two of Cups, which does represent an important relationship between two individuals. So I would say that it is leaning toward that. Let's see what else they have here for you. All right. We do have the Hanged Man on the bottom, which means it does take time. It's like a caterpillar goes into a cocoon. Does take time for it to transform. So there is a little bit of patience. I know that, but that's what comes in with that. Underneath that is we've got the Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands, which this is passion and spark and movement and victory. So they basically, with the patience card, they're saying it's worth it to allow things to unfold and for them to take their time. And let's see why here. You got some more cards. All right. Oh yeah. Okay. So there's definitely it allows some conflict in their life to unfold here, which I like. We've got the Five of Wands, which is, represents a lot of conflict going on in their life. But I feel like this is inner. Well, I feel like it's inner conflict, but also they have some external conflicts that are working themselves out. Yeah. So they're dealing with their inner conflict here. Um, because they've got this Knight of Swords. So they're in pursuit of seeing things from a different perspective. And they've got this Eight of Wands, which is this, you know, fast movement. Both of these are movement cards. So they've got this thought and belief and mindsets. All the knights are on a quest, right? And um in these other cards, this is why I see why there's a delay because we've got the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. He's got a lot of thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that blinded him, restricted him, made him feel limited and small and, so much people pleasing. And I feel like that's what's at the core of this is, all of this stress, all this mental stress of supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. And I feel like this just floods out into every area of their life. Like, what am I supposed to look like? Who am I supposed to be with? What job am I supposed to have? Where am I supposed to live? What am I supposed to live in? What am I supposed to drive? What's my education level supposed to be? What is my financial status? I just feel like there's this I don't know, it just feels like there's the scroll that's so long of all the supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be in their life, and because of it, um, they just couldn't take these feelings of failure. I feel like whatever this has to do, I feel like their family has, maybe their family's well off or they feel like they should be, but they've got these like big, all these expectations, almost militant in a way, where such a high bar on everything in their life that I feel like they've grown up in a place where they feel very limited, very small, very um, well, worthless in a way. So they don't have a whole lot of self-love because they didn't get a whole lot, because the bar is set so high that they're like, "You're lovable when," off the charts, and they're like, that's it's almost like it's impossible, for them to please these people, but they've been trying and trying and trying, and they're getting to the point here where, and I feel like this is where the blocking of you came in, where I feel like they felt like they were failing and falling short in so many areas of their life. With they've withdrawn from a lot of people and situations, and they are evaluating it. I mean, right now I feel like they are, with this power of choice card with the chariot and the strength card, they're communicating and trying to understand who they want to be and what they want in life. And the chariot is about, making choices. So they're in this, it almost feels like a midlife crisis, but they're not in the middle of their life. But I feel like they took an accelerated program where they just feel so like such a disappointment to so many people. Again, it feels like it goes a lot back to their family of not being who they are thinking that, their family thinks they should be, and almost feel like they've got if they're not the middle child, they're like they've got like maybe an older sibling. This is the feeling they're giving me, is like they've got this older sibling who can do no wrong as the golden child. They can never live up to what they are, and then they've got like younger siblings who are the favorites too, of like maybe dad, and older child are like this, and then the I feel like maybe if they have 4 siblings, I feel like the 2 underneath them are like mama's children. Like they have a younger brother, younger sister, and those are her babies. And so they have kind of like this middle child syndrome, if you've ever known about that, where they just can't do anything right. Uh, and so I feel like they're in this rebel stage where they're just pulling back from everything. So, I feel like there are definitely these possibilities with all these cards of future dating. I just feel like it's going to take a while for them to transform from where they're at and all this stuff to feel like they can be who they want to be and make decisions about what they want to do. And then that's when they reach out to you. So, if you're willing to wait for a while, it's going to take that caterpillar a while to become a butterfly. But very good. I know you're like, oh, okay, that's them, right? So, thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hang in there if you want to. If not, meh, we can always ask another question. You know, is there another relationship that's more in alignment with my life? We can always look at that if you ever want that for the future too. All right. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And we're returning back to smooth life. So, smooth life. Who's in love with you? We always ask, isn't it easier to ask who's not? All right, let's take a look here. See, who does spirit want you to know? Yeah, exactly. I was like, do you see? You're admired by many with the 6 of wands, and you have the 7 of wands. So, what this tells me here excuse me, is that the individual, like you stand out and this person stands out too. You're both outstanding. And this energy that I feel here definitely has this feeling that it is where, whether it's in your job or how you live your life or whatever, you kind of are elevated, either whether you're on stage or you kind of stand out. Like it would be like a teacher who stands in front of a group, or like a bartender who's behind the bar, someone singing or someone being up on stage, someone who's elevated who stands out from people, and you both are this way, whether it's your supervisors or, like I said, people that stand out. And so it's fiery energy with these Six of Wands, and maybe if you're a fire sign, but you might have a lot of fire in your chart, but you stand out. Your energy makes you stand out. Their energy makes them stand out. So, um, which either goes very well or very bad when two flame, two fire energies stand out, because the fire energy draws and wants to be seen, and they'll either compete or they'll join together and create a bigger bonfire, right? One might try to consume the other because it needs the oxygen, right? Um, but we got this great balancing, which I like. So it is someone that it'll be a balanced energy between the two of you. And the justice card can be someone who works in the legal field. Maybe it's, if it is someone that stands out, like a police officer or someone, a judge, someone who stands above things. But it can be someone that works in the justice system, which I don't get that a ton in this card a lot. And that's coming through, though, when we're thinking about an individual. Like, what kind of occupation are they? A lawyer, a judge, a police officer, someone who works in government? But it definitely is someone who stands out, maybe military, but it's someone who stands for justice, as well. So I like that for you. So that is um, what I sense here with someone who definitely has strong emotional love for you. All right. And that's what they have for you. Smooth life. So many blessings to you. All right. You're very welcome, Asuna. All right. So, soul searching vibe, you're up next. Sorry, I just had a frog in my throat. Getting all choked up over these readings. All right. So, soul searching vibe. Any blessings coming to you? What does Spirit want you to know? What blessings? All right. So, we do like this here. Whatever there's been, like this feeling like there's been this barrier that's been holding you back, the blessing is that you are stepping into your power. You can see here with a little wrap on their head that it's like something that we've been busting up against over and over and over again with our head, where it's like I got a bandage on it now because I've hit my head up against the wall so often, trying to move through it, trying to move through it. But you finally, it feels like finally, but it's perfect timing. It's You're stepping through here. Nine of Wands has, it's like you stepping into your power, and you got the Empress here too. You've got the 9 months and the birthing of the Empress who's pregnant. So there is this creativity, this new birthing, this nurturing that's been happening here as you've been looking and finding this power within yourself. I like it. It does feel here. You got the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles on the bottom, which does tell me too, it's been a long while. It feels like it's taken forever to get here. But the Page of Swords, the Page of Pentacles does speak of a new opportunity opening up in the outside world. So you'll know what this is. I feel like it's going to be very obvious if you're like, because you have the pain in your head of hitting up against this wall over and over again, that there's this transformation, there is this change in this movement of things as you move forward with it. So I like that for you, soul searching vibe. So this is a blessing. This finally, is a judgment word. Our ego has felt it was supposed to have happened by now, but when we realize it always happens in the perfect timing, whatever's been going slow has given us the opportunity to look at ourselves, which this nine with the hermit's journey, that nine of wands has allowed you to step into your power because of how long it's taken. It's brought a lot of awareness to you. But here we come into this change and this opportunity that's opening up for you. So I like that for you. And that's what's coming in. So many, many blessings to you. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list here. And we are to Happy Soul. So, Happy Soul, you'd like an energy reading on Pisces being your twin flame. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about this Pisces. All right. All right. Well, we do have here, you've got two sets of cards. One, the full card, which represents like the soul and this new beginning and this adventure that's free. We got the Tower card. You got two major arcana here, which is about, here's the flaminess. And, I do feel like there is this significant endings and beginnings happening here. The full card is the new beginning, being the zero, the first card of the major arcana, which is this new uh new cycle. It's endings of old cycles, beginning of new cycles. So there's this new adventure that's free of a lot of expectation. The Tower is, I feel like, burning down a lot of expectations, thoughts, and beliefs and mindsets. And that's what that full card is like a 2-year-old or maybe a 18-month-old that hasn't learned no, yes, all the stuff. It just sees the world with awe. And I do feel like this energy that's coming in here between the two of you, you definitely have this attraction because the Six of Cups represents past life connections. So you definitely have this unmistakable draw to one another that it's you're not imagining it. You do have this draw. I don't know, twin flame is um a, a, a phrase that can be mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. For me, what spirit showed me with twin flame is it's like, yeah, there's a lot of passion, there's a lot of draw that you can't get away from one another, but there's also this work that gets done. It's like they push your face up against one of those mirrors, how you have these beauty mirrors where you're just like, oh look, it's beautiful. Then you flip it and you can see your pores because it's so close. That's what a twin flame does. There's this, unmistakable draw. And I don't feel that extremity here. I do feel significant past life connection. It is a soulmate, um, which there's a difference. We don't have twin flames in every lifetime. We don't have the same twin flame throughout all our lifetimes. A twin flame is like a special agent who comes in. I actually have a video that talks about, so in my pick a card playlist under the love pick a cards, it's messages from your soulmate, soul partner, or twin flame. And it goes into detail of the difference in all of those. So if you're interested, you can check that out. But I don't feel like they're your twin flame as I smack the microphone. I don't feel like it's your twin flame, but it is a significant individual in your life. And with this full card and with the Ace of Pentacles, there is this new opportunity that's coming up here that's going to draw you closer together. And I feel like they sense that too. They sense that connection with you. I mean, of course, with them, Pisces, they are very connected to the higher realms, and they have like almost both feet in heaven instead of one foot on the earth and one foot in heaven. They're very ethereal, so they feel this connection, but they feel so much too. Sometimes it's hard for them to differentiate between all this flood of emotion they've got going on. But I do feel like there's this ending of an old cycle and this beginning where it takes you guys to a different level together. But you're not imagining, this deep, deep connection. You've had many lifetimes together and many different characters you played for one another, um, as lover, as friends, as family, as enemies. I feel like you guys have this deep connection of a lot of lifetimes, a lot of different emotions. So if you have a lot of this stuff that comes up within you, just realize, because Pisces is going to feel a lot of the subconscious old connections and emotions from past lifetimes that you guys have together. So they might be a little emotionally confused because they feel like they're getting mixed messages from you, but it's not from you, the character you're playing in this lifetime. It's that they have so many characters they've been with you. That's where all the mixed messaging emotionally is coming from, if that makes sense. But that's what they have for you, happy souls. So many blessings to you. Right. And then Aditi, you'll be the next free reading coming up, but I do have a donation coming in. Thank you so much, Johanna. Hi. And you'll put your question in the chat. So as soon as you put it down there, we will jump to that one. But for the sake of time, I'm going to jump back and we'll complete Aditi's general reading. So, Aditi, what does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, you've got this eight of wands coming in here, which is a lot of energy that's coming flying in to your life. A lot of communication too. Queen of Swords, she rolls over the thoughts, beliefs, mindsets, communication. But all the queens are given a second portion of water, which has this beautiful balance between heart and mind. And I feel like that there's this clarity that's coming in your life. I feel like maybe there's been a lot of overthinking and drawing into the mind, but your heart has been balancing it out, which I feel like you've been like working on your um, spiritual gifts, because this is representing messages from spirit and a lot of messages coming in, maybe a lot of synchronicities that you're seeing in the outside world, whether it's license plates, bumper stickers, signs, a rogue junk email, something, just a lot of different repeating numbers, whatever in the outside world. Also emotional, like you just get this emotional flood of energy and you're just like, why am I feeling this way? Or thoughts and things dropping into your head, memories being activated out of nowhere. There's a lot of this messaging that's coming in, and I like it for you. It's like this is what spirit wants you to know, that it's them, that spirit is making themselves known more to you because of what you're doing on the inside. It's activating your connection to the spirit world, and it's allowing you to expand. And so if you're starting to feel other people's emotions more, or whatever it is that you're sensing this change in your life, it is because of the inner work that you've done, this balancing you're doing, and they are communicating with you. They always are, but they are so excited that you're picking up things more and more, that they're giving you more and more as well. So that's what I feel they have for you right now, Aditi. So I like that. Many blessings to you. Many messages for you is what I was gonna say, which was what they're saying. So, many, many blessings. Alright. And then Linksley, you'll be the next free reading coming up. Thank you so much, Johanna, for your question there. I'm gonna give that some love there. Alright. And so, speaking of twin flames, do you have a twin flame in this lifetime? Alright, let's take a look here and see. I know it's like, people are like, "Oh, I want a twin flame." I'm like, "Well," it's like taking twice as many college courses. It's a lot of work. It's a lot because we have a twin flame, because it's like this agreement between two of us to not let us we can't get away from one another, that will either memories or actual physical, actions in our life where we just force each other to deal with our caca poo poo doo doo because we wanted to. We wanted to like accelerate our enlightenment, accelerate the lessons. And so we have someone who's like a tutor that is a really, really tough tutor. And we tutor each other, though. We're these mirrors that don't allow us not to see our stuff, right? So we'll take a look here and see if you have one. You're just like, wait a minute, I don't want one. Well, we decided that all before we came down here anyway. So let's take a look here. We're going to have it or we're going to have it, right? Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, I don't feel like one in this lifetime, but let's see what we got here. These other cards that came in here. All right. Wow. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't feel like a twin flame here. You've got the Hierophant, which is this invitation from like our higher self to see our capital T truths of who we are. So you do have this individual that is a soulmate in a yeah, and they're telling me soulmates and soul partner. And if you look at that video, soulmates are like family is soulmates, of course, romance, um, best friends. We have all these souls who've agreed to interact together. It sounds like a lot of work. Together to learn and to show each other the mirrors, and so we have a lot of soul agreements, and that's soulmates, right? Now we have soul partners who are like the loved one that we end up with for the rest of our lives. But we've got all these soulmates who can be romantically, which are stepping stones to get us eventually to those soul partners, right? And so I do feel like there's, individuals here, and I feel like there has been or will be two significant uh soul mates who one has shown you a lot about yourself, allows you to move away from old ways of thinking to new ways of thinking, has created movement in your life and allowed you to feel comfortable making moves in your life. And the other has allowed you and falls in love with you being true to your authentic self, with you being the weird you. I like that. So you're unique, and I feel like the first one is the Six of Swords who allows you this. They challenge you, and that's why I feel like where there was conflict that happened in the beginning because they had such different ideologies and thinking, whoever this person was, that it just challenged you. It's like, why are you thinking that way? But they allowed you to question thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that freed you. And this Three of Pentacles, I feel whoever this was allows you, either they allowed you or they are allowing you or will allow you to be true to you, to where you have less fear about just being yourself and allowing yourself to express yourself. And they are responsible here, for this beautiful transformation. Here's the Hanged Man, which is this timing. It's things unfold over time with a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. It's almost like being a cocoon, right? Where the Eight of Pentacles is you've been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the work, which happens when we're in the cocoon here. And it is movement. It is movement in the outside world that happens because of this cocooning with this individual or individuals. And this all four of these cards came out together, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, and Rebirth. All that happens here within the cocoon, and it brings you into your power with the Page of Wands, which is like the number 11 in the wand suit. So it's this heightened awareness, this heightened um, love of self, with the Queen of Pentacles to Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, this new birth, this new creativity. It definitely, I do feel like there's two strong relationships that teach you so much about yourself. Huge, beautiful mirrors. And I don't feel like it's the extremity of a twin flame. It's not as fiery because you're able to move past them. Twin flames are like, I always say, in the video that I talk about it, what Spirit showed me is like Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport, I think it was, where he's in this competition and they tie rope or whatever between them, their hands, like their non-fighting hand, so that they can't get away from one another. Then they wrap their other hand in cloth and put it in glue and then roll it in glass. It's like, it's this battle that happens, right? But there's a lot of passion too. Um, so it's not just all war. There's a lot of making up and a lot of deep, fiery passion too. But I don't. That's why I don't feel like this is that, because I feel like you can move on from them until you get to your life partner, your soul partner. Yeah, and here's the working out the 5 of swords is the balancing between the heart and the mind, the working out of the conflict, and the temperance card, another patience card, both the hanged man and the temperance are about patience. But what's great about all this is that these two individuals that it's a blessing to have them before you meet your life soul partner, right? Because these individuals allow you to cut away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you so that you're not at a lower vibrational self-love when you get to meet this soul partner, because you've done that battling already with these individuals that have turned you inward. And so you're not, when we're at a lower vibration, we draw in lower vibrational relationships and interactions, which is why we interact with those two. But then, because through those experiences, that transformation, that temperance, that hanged man, you raise your love vibration, these are able to fall away. And then this is when, because you're raising your self-love and your self-worth and your love vibration, you draw in someone, you don't have all that baggage. It's like the butterfly leaves behind the old caterpillar leftovers in the cocoon, and it's able to be and fly and go places and not have this attachment to the caterpillar life that you had before. So hopefully that helps there. So I don't feel like you have a twin flame in this lifetime, but two significant soul mates that help you move on to this third, which is your soul partner. You might have little piddly, stepping stones in there too, but I feel like two significant ones that are very life transformative for you. And it makes, I always say it's if you meet your soul partner, you know, you're not as appreciative of them having not experienced the lower vibrational experiences, because you just expect this. And so, meh. But if you've experienced the lower vibrational, you're like, oh my God, I appreciate you so much more having experienced them. So that's what's coming in for you, Hannah. So thank you very much again for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Capricorn, let me see if one of them was here. Um, we got the 6 of Cups. Let me see who these are here. I don't have a ton of Capricorn energy here. I've got, because you got the 6 of Cups, which is the past life connections. But it's someone that one is like someone that you're with for a while that feels like it takes forever for anything to grow. And then at the end, it's like, and then the 8 of Cups is someone that you've left behind emotionally, um, as well. But I don't get the Capricorn, because that would be like the devil energy. And although Capricorn is they're telling me Capricorn is the uh, earth energy, and you do have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles, if that Capricorn, it felt like forever, like it was watching like the grass grow, and then the end of it was like, ugh, you know, it wasn't ever fulfilling. It always felt like it moved very slow, and you know, when the any fruit you got from it, you were just like, really, that's it. Then that's them. But I feel like that Six of Cups, you're gonna know your soul partner by this, it's gonna be this connection that goes beyond this world, where it's like you've had past lifetimes together with your soul partner, and so you're gonna just know who that is. It's gonna be no doubt of who that is. And if the other one was, a water sign with that Eight of Cups, that makes sense too. All right. All right, Johanna, that's what they have. So many blessings to you. And again, thank you for your donation. And then Lynx Lee, you're up next. You want to know Leo's feelings and next actions towards you. Let's take a look here. So, what are their feelings and next actions? Wow. Okay. Well, the feelings, they've got the Queen of Cups. So, they do have some deep emotional feelings that are there with the Queen of Cups. She not only co rules with the King over the cups, all the queens given a second portion of water, which makes her the master of emotion, but there's deep, 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 deep emotions. So they've got feelings, but they are so slow here with the Seven of Pentacles in expressing them and sharing them. Um, it's the Seven of Pentacles is just, this energy of, it's a patience card, which yay, we always like that when it comes to, interactions and love with people, right? But it is this awareness that everything that whenever we get a Seven of Pentacles or Temperance or Hanged Man, what else? Knight of Pentacles, those are cards of slowness. But when things slow down, they happen on purpose, for a purpose, for us to raise our own love vibration, give us time to let go of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that limit us, get rid of emotions that no longer serve us as well. And so, they have a lot of emotion that they're dealing with, and it gives them time to work on all that stuff too. So I just really feel like there's this there's bubbling way, 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 way down 10,000 leagues under the sea is where their feelings are at. And it's going to take time for it to get to the surface, but it's taking time for that to happen, to give you time to raise your love vibration so you don't do what you've always done and get what you've always gotten. And so there is it way down below, but it's like you're not going to see them act on emotion. Leo energy, you might see him act on passion, on attraction, but that emotion is very well hidden. If you think of Leo, the Sun card, that is the inner child, and it is about a lot of deep subconscious things below the surface too. They keep a lot down below because they want to have this um, presentation of strength. Is that a way to present themselves as strong? And that means that they've learned this in their life. I've got to show myself as strong, which means not expressing emotion, if that makes sense. So that's what's coming in right now, Linksley, for you regarding this Leo. The next actions, that Seven of Pentacles, very slow on acting. So if you want to speed things up, the more we focus on raising our own love vibration, our self love, that's what speeds things up, right? Because that's where the slowness is happening. So if we want actions to happen, we focus on our self love. And the more we focus on that, the more they focus on their self love, then that's what draws us faster together and has next actions come in. So that's what they have. All right. So many blessings to you. You're welcome, Johanna. You crack me up. All right. So, Magana, you are up next. Hey. So, are you overthinking about the situation with SW? You always feel that the past is going to repeat itself as it always has and tend to withdraw from those situations frequently. All right, let's take a look here. A lot of fire here. So, and he always tends to withdraw. Yeah, we've got a lot of burden here, and we've got the 7 of Wands, which is about standing and being true to your authentic self. Here's the 10 of Wands and the Tower card. All of this Wands energy and fire energy, what this tells us is whatever we focus on is what grows and expands, right? And so when we focus on our fears, like if I fear, um, like in your case, if I fear that, oh, you know what, it's always going to repeat itself, I'm asking the universe, I really love it when that pattern repeats itself. Can you keep having that happen? And the universe is like, order up. It's like a little kid going into a donut shop, right? They point and into the glass case at a donut over and over and over again. The baker goes, oh, okay. So it loads up a dozen of those donuts and hands it to him. And they're like, I hate these donuts. And they're like, well, rather than point at what you hate, point at what you love, and I'll bring you more of that. So, there's the self-fulfilling prophecy that we do because we're the ones that create the energy in our life. Whatever I focus on is what grows. Like attracts like. So, when you are putting your mental energy into the fears, your emotional energy into the fears, your energy, your manifestation, your intention into that, and your physical actions into fearing it, when we do all that, then it comes true. It's what is brought towards us, right? So I feel like that's what spirit wants you to know with this 10 of wands is it's the endings and beginnings of your energy. It's burdensome when you start focusing your energy on what you're grateful for, then you get more of that. When you're focusing on joy and celebration, it brings more of that, and it allows us, there's a reason why that's a fear, right? But when we focus on the fear so much, we bring that fear to us. If we focus 90% of our energy on what we're grateful for in our life and laugh and joy and all that, then we get more of that brought in. And then we can still kind of reflect on and go, why do I fear this? What do I feel it means about me? That's really what it comes down to, right? We fear, what do their actions mean about me? And when you realize my actions tell me about me, their actions tell me about them. But what I see when I look at them in the mirror tells me about me too. And so there's some great, you don't have to overthink about, that they're going to withdraw and they're going to do this, but knowing that with that tower card, whatever happens in our life always happens for us. So if they withdraw, it's to show us what we want to see about ourselves. What do I feel about myself when they withdraw? How do I withdraw from myself? So there's a lot of mirroring that we can look at with all that, if that makes sense. So, um, yeah, that's what they want you to know about that situation there. Because they're like, whatever you focus on is what expands. And so the more you focus on them leaving or withdrawing, the more they do. The more you focus on how do I withdraw from myself? How do I withdraw from them? And how do I withdraw from my life or from others? It's like a big awareness. Make it about you, not about them, right? It's like, okay, what did I want to learn through all this as well? All right. So that's what they have for you, Magana. Hang in there, my dear. All right. So continue moving down the list here. I'm going to be on for about, let's see, it's 12:40, about 15 more minutes. Um, So I'll try to get through as many more free readings as I can. But I will be back this evening at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, as well as I'm here on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings at 11 a.m. Mountain Time, and then on Friday and Saturday nights at 6 p.m. Mountain Time. I'll be headed over to my Praying Mantis session after this for my Praying Mantis members. If you want to join, it's $7.99 a month, and you get access to all these free readings that I have after my free reading sessions. I'm on for about an hour with my Praying Mantis members where we do readings, we past life readings, oracle readings. We work on, like I'm reading from a book right now, Nonviolent Communication, which helps us expand our communication. And we focus on growing our Zen together. So if you're interested, all that information is down in the description box. All right. So, Anusri, you are up next. You'd like a love reading for being single. All right. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know about your singlehood here? All right. All right. Wow. Look at this. So, you definitely are going to be having this love come in your way. You got the Two of Cups, which does show an important relationship is headed your way. And you have been with this hermit journey, been spending this significant time reflecting inward and upward on your path here. And the Eight of Pentacles just also shows that you've been putting in the work, and it's going to be reflected in the outside world. It's like an apprentice that's been putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, and they're being promoted to the master level. So Eight of Pentacles does represent things unfolding and moving forward in the outside world coming up here, um, because of this work, this inner work that you've been doing. And I feel like this is a representation of the self love that you've been working on, letting go of mindsets that don't serve you, letting go of emotions that no longer serve you. And with this connection with your higher self, it brings in this mirrored reflection of a relationship in the outside world. A significant individual coming into your life here in very soon. Feel like it's within the next 2 months before the end of the year. So keep working on raising that love vibration that you've been doing, because you're not going to draw in someone like you have in the past, because you have been moving that love vibration up, which is drawing in a love that is different than what you've had in the past, because your vibration is different, you're different, and also how you're looking at what you will allow has changed too, which is pretty powerful. So I like that for you, Nusri. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list. You're welcome, Magana. All right. And then Pinky, you want to know whatever comes out. Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah, two fours. You got the stability that's entering your life here, both mental and emotional stability with the Four of Cups and the Four of Swords. So, this represents here the Four of Swords they're sleeping on, and then this Ace of Cups represent connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love. The There is this transformation, the stability that's coming in, and I feel like you've been learning a lot about the outside world has kind of been disappointing to you, feeling empty, not feeling fulfilled, and this connection to the higher realm is what brings in this stability here for you. Fours, if you think of it like a huge dining room table with four huge legs on it, it's a very solid foundation. And what happens with these fours is when we realize, well, one, we're taught to look outside of ourselves to those three areas of our life, right? Relationships, situations, and things that are supposed to make us feel full and complete, and make us feel content in our life. Well, we find out the more that we define ourselves by those things, the more unstable we feel, because all those things in the outside world are unstable, right? People, like relationships, people change, people walk away, pass away, right? Unstable situations, jobs, and education, all that never stay the same, unstable. things, our bank accounts, our possessions, our bodies break down, deteriorate, blow up, burn down, stolen, right? Hopefully our bodies aren't stolen, but a lot of that stuff can be stolen, which shows us the instability of the outside world. And then we eventually turn inward and upward. And that's where you find all this mental and emotional stability, is by turning inward and upward and connecting to that eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms, which eternal is very stable, unconditional also very stable, because no conditions, nothing you can do to lose it. So there's this wonderful stability that's coming into your life as you're turning inward and upward and seeing that is what I define myself by. Then I don't expect the outside world to be anything. I allow it to be what it is because I'm finding my fullness on the inside. The world, instead of falling short and lacking, becomes above and beyond extra, so that you feel this abundance of your outside world, your abundance in your mind, your abundance in your heart, and it just changes your whole outlook in life. So I like that for you, Pinky. That's what they have for you right now. Just letting you know what you've been working on has been allowing you to elevate to that and keep doing that, because it's changing how you're perceiving, and it's changing your outside world, because we don't see the world as it is. We see the world as we are. So as we're changing and this stability, the outside world becomes more stable in our lives as well. So that's what we have right there for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Andrea, 54 Hector, you are up next. So, what does Spirit want you to know about your relationship with your Leo boyfriend? Because he's been sneaky lately. Oh, no. Uh oh. All right. So, what does Spirit want you to know about your relationship with this Leo here? All right. I do see here with the Three of Wands that you do find this information. You do find out, I'm gonna leave it at information, that's what they're saying. You find out information where you choose to go a different direction than you thought that you were headed. You got the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, equal passion, equal stability. It's the marriage card too. And I feel like there's this energy between you and this Leo, all this Wands energy too, that it's like, you know, if it's not leading you to what brings you joy and where you wanna go, and I feel like the Three of Wands is you going, "Alright, you know what? I will find love again. I will find marriage." It's in your future, with that Four of Wands. You do find someone who you will marry, and it's joyful marriage, and, so I feel like you're really realizing when you know that, it allows you to not stay in a toxic situation, right? It's like if we don't want to leave a job because we're afraid we'll not find another job, so we stay in an abusive, toxic relationship with a job where they don't treat us well, and we work, 80 hours a week and get paid for 40. We just feel that way. But that's how we can be in relationships too. If we feel we won't be able to find love in the future, we'll stick with something that we're not, like that we settle for out of fear. But I feel like you are getting to the point where you're like, yeah, this isn't for us anymore. It was good. I learned what I needed to learn, but if I continue in this direction, I'm going to end up hating someone, and I don't want to do that. I'd rather step out knowing it's not for me than to continue with it. And that's the kind of energy I feel is coming through on that for you, Andrea. So hang in there, my dear. But you definitely have love in the future and marriage in the future. So um, knowing that maybe will make it easier to go, woohoo! No, it's kidding. I know it's not always that easy to do. But I do feel like new information will come in regarding that. Yeah, and you have the Wheel of Fortune too, which comes out, which does tell you that even your human will feel like this, whatever unfolds is fortunate. It's the tuna for you. It's endings and new beginnings where even your, like I said, your sometimes our human has a hard time realizing that everything that unfolds in our life does unfold for us. But when this comes in here, it means that even our human is like, I'm on board with this. So I like that for you. All right, Andrea, many blessings to you. All right. And then Cutie, hello, you are up next. So higher self guidance. Let's take a look here and see what else here. Whoa. Well, one of your cards is down there. You do have the Page of Pentacles. So I like that. That means new opportunities are coming your way. Yeah, definitely. Because you also got the Queen of Pentacles, which is new birth, new harvest, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture. But with both of the Prince of Pentacles, I'm not sorry, the Prince, the Page of Pentacles, and the Queen of Pentacles, both of these are this offering of seeing your worth in relationship to the outside world in completely huge different ways. So you do have these opportunities that are unfolding here that bring in this feeling of harvest, of new birth. So definitely abundant feeling that's coming in, and this flow and this feeling of fullness and wholeness with this. So I like it for you. Um, the Mother Nature, Mother Nurture really is emphasized here about discovering your worth from inward, and to reevaluate and strengthen your worth in relationship to the outside world. And you have been defining yourself less and less and less by the outside world and more by the inward and upward. So I like that for you. And I feel like this is your spiritual posse letting you know that that it's recognized, even though it may not seem like you've grown a lot. You're with yourself all the time. So, you don't realize, like, it's like if you let your hair grow out, which is what I'm doing right now. That's why been wearing a hat. You guys don't need to see my chia pet head with my hair growing out. But when you're around yourself all the time, you don't realize how much your hair has grown until you bump into someone who hasn't seen you in 3 months, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you're letting your hair grow out. It's, like, so long." You're like, "What?" Because you don't recognize it, and this is like spirit saying, "Recognize, look back, look at yourself 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year ago, and see how the leaps and bounds you've made in your relationship of how you view your worth." And I like that for you. And that's what they have for you, cutie. So many blessings to you. Let me see, where are we at here? I think here. All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take some quick screenshots here. We're leaving off on VD Jalan. Um, I'm going to, what I'll do, which is what I've been doing kind of on Fridays and Saturdays, probably Sundays too, is I have a lot of free readings and I don't get through them all. But what I'll do is after my praying mantis session, after I eat, and after I run a quick errand, I'll come back on in the afternoon and complete out the free readings that I was not able to get to. And then again, I will return this evening. So if you obviously you have to be subscribed in order to comment on the video in the comment section. So just make sure that you're sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. Make sure your subscriber setting, your not your subscriber, but your announcement, not announcement, notification settings are set to all, and then you'll be notified when I come back on. It's going to be a session that doesn't have a chat. I just pop on and finish out the free readings. And so I'll put a link in the description box or the comments of this video. I know how to talk. I really do know how to talk. The comment section of this video after I'm done, as well, in case you come back here. But so I will return. Thank you guys again so much for all of your thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love, and I appreciate you guys so much and your thirst and hunger for spirit. And just remember as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you guys again, much love to you. You hang in there. Enjoy the rest of your day or night whenever I see you again. And we'll see you soon. Take care.